Today I'm going to show how I made an axle connector for my stepper motor. I'm sure you know what these are from computers, fuel line, and a butterfly nut on a little screw. The first step is to find a screwdriver that has a diameter the same as your axle and then bend your metal around it. However, this one has a gap right here because I didn't cut the metal first. I'll show you how to cut the metal and avoid the gap next. So just put the metal in a vise and start cutting with the little hacksaw. After you cut a little notch, you can just bend it out and then file it after so you don't get sharp edges. No sense in cutting all the way through. Now I have mine original one that has a little gap here, and I'm going to cut a brand new fresh one here. I used this one to kind of measure how long it had to be by just rotating it over and seeing where to cut right there. And bend. Now we need to file this. You don't want spinning metal to give you serrated cuts on your finger once it's connected to the stepper motor if you should happen to touch it. Now, press here with your thumb very hard and bend back with these two fingers so you don't get a gap in between. And then when you're about this far, press really hard and pull back with these two fingers. Okay, now you see the gap that's starting right here. I'm going to show you how to use the drill press vise to stop some of that. What you do is you put it in the vise, undo the vise so you can clamp all of it, even though it's sticking out. So put this in with the screwdriver, and now hold the screwdriver up, put it in the vise, and pull the screwdriver up as you're vicing it in. Close the vise. Pinch the vise as close as you can to the bottom of the screwdriver and clamp. It's going to kind of pinch the screwdriver end and pull the bottoms together, hopefully. And you might need to use a hammer. But you don't want to distort your metal too much. Just pinch the screwdriver in there. Get that gap to a minimum. Then release the drill press, pull up a little bit, pinch it some more. Keep doing this. It's going to want to pop out, but you just keep putting it down and pinching it some more with the vise. See how it pops out? It's alright, just keep doing it over and over. Kind of shaping the metal, Push it down again. Hold it there, tighten it up. Undo it again. Push it down. Tighten it up. It's going to make more of a circle this time. Okay. Then, when you get close, you can flatten out the ends again. See how it's much tighter and it looks more like a radius? The other one I did has more of a point. The top. This one is more of a circle. So then squeeze the vise to flatten these out, and then you'll drill a hole for your butterfly nut that goes on the bolt. So this is what it looks like coming out of the vise. Now I know exactly where to drill the next hole. You want to drill the hole much bigger than your bolt, because the bolt might bind if the two pieces of metal are kind of skewed from each other. Yikes. This is how not to drill a hole in metal. You need to put this in a vise. That's much easier. Now, since my screwdriver was made to be the same diameter of my axle, actually a little bigger to accommodate this tubing. Tubing can go right in. This is fuel line, nylon reinforced. So now put my butterfly screw on here, butterfly nut on this bolt. And this can either go on your axle. This is my stepper motor. I'm using it as a tripod. Or, since I already made that part, I can go on the end of my Acme screw, lead screw for the CNC machine. It's a tight fit, which is good. And then screw it in. And I think this bolt is stripped. This is why you make the holes big on your piece of metal, so that when you push it in, you don't strip your threads on the thin piece of metal as you screw it in. I'm going to replace this bolt, get a different bolt. Okay, I found another one. Usually I put the wing nut on the side that is bent more, so the wings can sometimes catch on the metal, and that's good when you're trying to tighten the other end with a screwdriver. My stepper motor has two sides, two shafts. This is the side that I didn't mount the tubing on yet. Using my stepper motor as a tripod, but here's the other side. And now instead of mounting to this other piece of tubing, I should have mounted it to this one. Then it forms a very tight clamp for mounting your stepper motor axles.